Hey family, I am Dorothy Harris and welcome back to my channel. We talk about all things business, wealth, and lifestyle. If you're looking for entrepreneurial tips, ways to build more wealth, or hey, you just want to have some fun and adventure, this is the channel for you. Don't forget to like and go ahead and click that subscribe button. I can't wait to journey with you. Hey family, I am Dorothy Harris. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome, where we talk about all things wealth building, business, and lifestyle. Today I'm going to be showing you how to repaint your office, or any room for that matter, with a very small budget. Yes, $47 is what I was able to create this look with, and I cannot wait to show you this process. Have fun. So just a quick tip and trick, guys. You can actually use a broomstick, which is what I'm doing now, for your paint roller. I did not know this. One of the associates at Ace Hardware told me this, so you may already know it, but if you didn't, there's a quick tip and trick right there to save. Now, as far as the paint packages, I just got 2 rollers. They came with a brush, which was amazing, from Ace Hardware. Both were only $9 a piece. So as you can see, I spent just about $18, and you can actually only get one if you need, especially if you're only doing one color. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you my paint. You can see I chose one Regal and one Emerald. I actually, guys, found this inexpensive paint from Sherwin Williams and Ace Hardware. Now, the trick to finding expensive paint is looking for mist-tint paint. So you can go to any hardware store, whether it's Ace Hardware, Sherwin Williams, and you can ask them if they have mist-tint paint. If you don't know what that is, it's just tints that are off to others. Some people go in to get paint customized, and if it doesn't come out the color that they want, they will return it. And because it's returned, they have to pretty much just mark it down and tint it, mark it as a mist tint. So if you go to any of those hardware stores, even Home Depot, I believe has some, you can ask them for mist tint paint. Just look up your local paint stores or hardware stores. So you're not going to believe this. I spent $5. Yes, $5 for my green, beautiful paint. This was nothing but a blessing and meant to be, because I actually already planned to paint my office green. Now, real quick, what you see me doing is just getting the paint roller wet. I actually YouTube that. It's very important. So you can make sure you get the paint on the roller and that it aligns and go ahead and integrates with the walls properly. You want to make sure that you get that wet before you start to paint. So back to what I was saying. Yes, $5. And it was so funny because I went with my real estate team as a training, and I always plan to paint my office wall. I've been saying I'm going to paint for months, and they had a mist tint paint for $5. And everyone was looking at me like, girl, if you don't get that and just start that paint project, this is nothing but a sign from God. And I said, you know what? I agree. So anyways, $5 for my green paint. I did go ahead and find another one at Ace Hardware for white paint, because my goal was to actually go ahead and do just an accent wall of green and to paint the rest white. Well, I found a $10 mist tint paint, which was white, which is rare to find white in mist tint, from Ace Hardware. Actually, sorry, that was $15. $15 paint, which was a very top tier paint. Now, the cool part about this paint, guys, so if you think about it, right, I spent $5 on my green paint, $15 on my white paint, that's $20. But both were the highest grade of paint, meaning the brand was the best brand you can get as far as durability, and just, being long lasting. They were very top tier paint. So the paint that I used was a green emerald paint. You can find this at Sherwin Williams, and this was actually a mist tint. So this paint is worth about $89 if you try to get this from Sherwin Williams. I got it for $5. The Regal paint, also a little over $80 at Ace Hardware. I got it for $15. So as you can already see, I've already started my painting, and it was so much fun. This is my first paint project, just in case I did not mention that. So I definitely, if you can see, I kind of have like covers on the floor. I probably should have put a little bit more plastic, just some old covers that I knew I were going to throw out that I didn't need. But definitely just giving you some tips of things I learned while doing my first paint project. You definitely want to make sure you align everything with plastic as far as your floors, just so you don't get things on the floors, especially if you have carpet, even if you have hardwood floors, because it can be hard to get out. Now, of course, I did get a couple of specks on the floor. But because I've done it already, and your girl Dorothy is going to share with you how you can get that paint out, all you need is either alcohol or some sort of spray cleaner, whether it's a bleach cleaner or Lysol cleaner. Honestly, the alcohol and the bleach cleaner is probably going to work best. So just make sure you have that on hand so that you can go ahead and scrub that out if you have hardwood floors. Now, if you have carpet, dear, I'm not so sure, but I'm sure you can Google and find something out for that. So as you can see, I am just going ahead and painting this wall. I initially felt that this was going to be my accent wall, but it turned out I actually wanted to paint the entire room green because the color was so beautiful. And right now it looks pretty white, as you can see. But because I love the color so much once it dried, because it will look different once it dried, trust me. So if you already here, stay tuned to the end because you will be able to see how beautiful this green looks. And since you're already still rocking with me here, family, go ahead and like and subscribe because you are going to love it here. Now, again, most importantly, as you can see, I'm just pretty much going in a zigzag motion on the wall. That is from what I have researched the best way to paint. And secondly, I know you probably seen me doing this prior to what I'm doing now, but you want to make sure that if you have a different color trimming or just in general that you align, your trimming with that blue tape. So that tape that you see me take out to line that up, I just placed it around the edges of everything because I do have white trim. And I want to keep the trim white because obviously the room is going to be this green. So I just think this is so chic and it just stands out. And it really gives the room a very great accent. So we want to make sure that stays white and that I don't get, green all over that. So as much as you can, just tape that, your trim, and get that covered. Also, fam, it is all in the details, okay? All in the details. So you want to make sure not just the trim, but that you get everything that needs to be covered that could be, affected by the paint. Obviously, like you can see right there, I left out a socket, right? The socket is white. We want to cover that. And once I realized that the socket was out, I immediately went ahead and grabbed the tape and taped over the socket as much as possible. So everything you see that you think should be covered, or honestly that is, in the way of the paint that could come in contact with the paint, you want to go ahead and cover that with tape. Now, fam, I did underestimate my project a bit. I thought I could do this all in one day. Take your time. You want it to be beautiful. This is not even all the way dry. It looks even better dry, but this took me about, I would say, 11 hours total. I split it in 2 days because it can, become timely. So just take your time. If you need 2 days or 3 days, take your time. So guys, as you can see, it's drying and looking beautiful. I mean, one color can make such an impact on your office. It came out absolutely beautiful, especially when completely dried. Give it about a day to completely dry. Sometimes the color can look different when it's still wet, but it came out beautiful. Just one color. I kept the trim white because it was absolutely beautiful. And just look how that can make a very huge impact in your office look. So stay tuned for the decoration in the next video. Subscribe and like. Love you.